Right now on Up with KREM, we are rounding out the last week of Black History Month. And this morning, we welcome Spokane City Council member Betsy Wilkerson to the show.
Communication and relationships will get our city further than anything I can think of.
We talked to her about the future of Spokane's Black community.
Sunny and mild today, but snow is back in the forecast, and we're talking snow in Spokane and the inland northwest by the time you head out the door Thursday morning.
Last month's deadly windstorm in Spokane came at a cost. This morning we break down how much is needed to rebuild a city.
That's my goal. I want one everywhere. Just get them all over town.
A new vending trend is making its way around the inland northwest. Today we'll share the story of a Black-owned business that's now becoming an art of vintage vending.
Up with KREM starts right now with Jen York, Joshua Robinson, Jeremy Legoo, and Dana Marie McNichol.
Good morning. Welcome to Up with KREM. We're taking a live look this morning at Snoqualmie Pass. Right now you can see the pass is open, but there is a chance of snow and ice on the road. Traction tires are advised if you're heading to the west side. Oversized vehicles, though, are prohibited. This morning, Stevens Pass is also open.
And across state lines, Lookout Pass got a little snow overnight as the National Weather Service in Spokane did tweet out some of this poor visibility.
Yeah, I know we've been watching our mountain passes over the past few weeks. Avalanche danger, of course, high right now with all that snow that we saw here in the past week. But this morning, Jeremy Legoo joining us outside from the Outdoor Weather Center. What are we looking at as we head out the door?
You know, it's kind of clear skies overhead. It's a little bit chilly this morning, but we don't have the wind that we had yesterday. So it's a different kind of chilly. Temperatures hovering comfortably in the mid-20s. We're at 24 degrees still. We're up to 25, 24. We've just been kind of hovering around there for the past couple of hours, but it is kind of chilly as you head out the door. And as the sun gets ready to come up here within the hour, we'll start to notice brighter skies, and we'll lose another couple degrees here as clear skies take us into the early morning hours. Coeur d'Alene, few clouds, and if I look off to the east, I can see a couple of those clouds, but I do expect those to move out rather quick. We got those little bands. Yesterday we saw snow squalls. Today it's kind of a band of a couple of clouds as we squeeze the remaining moisture from the atmosphere. We're clear skies all day today. Overnight tonight, though, we see clouds build back in, then snow early tomorrow morning. We are waking up to snow showers here in the inland northwest. That means it's a snowy Thursday morning commute. Snow moves out later on in the day. We have the chance to see a couple of rain showers. Now, I think when it comes to snow in lower elevations by this weekend, still not worried about that being on the ground. We're just too warm each day, and the sun angle is quite high this time of year. I'm going to head back inside, look up our exact sun angle, and let you know, because when you've got sunshine like what we see today and a higher sun angle in the sky, it's pretty easy to warm things up. So I do think 40 degrees is likely later on today.
All right, Jeremy, a little bit of everything. Like you got sunshine yesterday, we got snow today.
And it's not sticking.
That's good news for me.
Right.
All right, 6:02 now. Well, this morning we have a price tag for last month's deadly windstorm. Spokane leaders say the cost for the city is $2.7 million.
Yeah, this morning Nicole Hernandez joins us live from Comstock Park, an area that is still cleaning up to break down the cost for us. Good morning, Nicole.
Yeah, good morning, guys. So you can see behind me, we still have big trunks like this sitting in Comstock Park. You can see how big this is, bigger than me here, and this is just one many. We can even see just from right here. Obviously, it's dark, so we can't show you right now, but we've got one just here next to me and one just to the left of me over here. So a lot of damage for sure here in Comstock Park, and that is like that all over Spokane at this point. So the city says that the price tag for fixing all of this in the city is $2.7 million. And of course, this is all from the January 11th windstorm that left 200,000 people without power and ended up killing 2 people. Now, there were downed trees that fell on homes and cars, blocking roads, and that took out power across the inland northwest. The city accounting director, Michelle Hughes, says the city has applied for FEMA reimbursement, but the city did not meet the criteria for that. The city's accounting director says that $2.4 million would need to be funded from the city's general fund. That number was presented to the city on Monday. So damage to the Butterfly and Riverfront Park is part of that money. And other park assets, that will cost a total of nearly $735,000. A bulk of the city's overall cost, though, is actually related to a hillside between Peaceful Valley and Browns Addition. That's expected to cost up to $1 million all in itself. So that tree damage and removal cost alone will be nearly $165,000. And the windstorm partly did cause that damage. He says the damage was caused by a large amount of rain that eroded a lot of the hillside, and then when further impacted when trees fell because of the winds. Now, of course, these are just a few of the spots that were really hit hard here in Spokane, here in Comstock Park. Particularly as soon as the sun comes up, we'll be able to give you a better view of what that looks like. But for now, the park is closed, and we'll make sure to keep you updated as the city begins that repair process after this windstorm. In Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
A lot of work ahead, Nicole. Thank you. Right now, federal regulators are ordering immediate inspections of the Pratt & Whitney engines in Boeing 777 planes after one exploded during a flight on Saturday. Now, the NTSB says a cracked fan blade that caught fire showed evidence of what's known as metal fatigue. The FAA says the jets can't return to service until the inspections are complete. United is the only U.S. airline using the engine in the Boeing 777. It says it's working to inspect all 52 of its impacted planes.
Well, whether it's a miracle or just pure coincidence, the next story will pull at your heartstrings. We're introducing you to a Spokane woman who says a UPS driver saved her life without even knowing it.
This is the Sweeney's house. After almost 9 years of living here, Zona Gail Sweeney had a terrifying experience, one her and her hero tell best.
It happened December 30th in the morning. When I went out on the deck, I did not know it had iced. I was just going to go to the car and pick up something for my husband. And my feet went out from under me so fast and so high that I wound up falling back on the point of my head. I was stunned, and the UPS driver comes up.
And I normally pull like up next to their area. And for some reason that day, I guess I just parked like in between them, and I walk around the back of the truck to get the package for her neighbor. And I heard like something like someone was in pain or something.
And as he came around to the back, I was able to call out, and he heard me, didn't hesitate at all.
And I saw where she was, so I stopped what I was doing, and I walked over to her and noticed that she fell. So she asked me to get her husband.
After getting her husband, helping Sweeney inside, calling 911, and waiting for paramedics, UPS driver Levi Souter just went back to his package delivery route. Little did he know, though, the small detour saved Sweeney's life.
Because there was a bleed between the hemispheres of my brain. If I had stayed down, the neighbors wouldn't have heard me, my husband wouldn't have heard me, and I would have died.
Sweeney ended up spending days in the ICU recovering and is so thankful for the driver's help.
God wanted me to be in that spot for some reason that day.
You know, God uses people all the time to be his angels, and he was one that day.
Now, Sweeney wants to use this story as a reminder. Take the time to be kind and thank others for doing the same. In Spokane, Nicole Hernandez, KREM 2 News.
Oh, Nicole, thanks for bringing us that story. Love it. All right, well, this weekend, Gonzaga is gathering Black composers and poets for a virtual concert. And this morning, we talk with one performer about the importance of celebrating art from our Black community.
We saw some pretty interesting weather yesterday. Graupel. It's kind of like soft hail. We'll walk you through what it is and how it forms.
And we are celebrating Black History Month here on Up with KREM. We want you to check out this performance by Spokane's NAMA African Youth Choir, a group of African refugees who've resettled in Spokane. Take a listen.
What is it?